If you're not fond of books but still want to develop a habit of reading, then first let me congratulate you because I know that you have that motivation in you and what you are going to do is really wonderful. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nivedita and today I'm going to discuss such 8 easy, feasible and very down to earth steps in which we all can develop a habit of reading for a lifetime. Step number 1. Change your mindset about reading. We all need to understand that reading is not just an activity we all do for fun. Yes, reading is fun, but it is as necessary as breathing or exercising or eating. Reading is required for the peace of mind, and we really need to understand this fact. Even with no goals achieved on a particular day, reading can still soothe us, inspire us, or heal us. Also, we need to change our mindset of being frugal when it comes to spending money on books. I am not saying that you need to buy those beautiful hardcover books. Well, you can if you can afford. All I'm saying is that we spend a lot here and there. So please don't hold yourself for buying that book you always wanted to read but not finding it anywhere. Of course, there are ways of spending money smartly on books, but we will discuss them some other time for sure. Step number 2. Identify your genre and choose the language of your books. Well, no rocket science here. We all know what kind of stories we like. And most likely the type of movies we like to watch are the type of stories that we want to read. If you like watching romantic movies, probability is that you might like reading about them too. But again, choices are subjective here. For example, I like to watch suspense and thriller series, but when it comes to book, I like to read stories that are close to reality, like some crime or some drama with some psychical and philosophical touches. Now, talking of the language of the book, well, you can read in any language you want. There cannot be a rule to this. Either the language must be of your comfort or it must be a language that you want to improve. As simple as that. Step number 3. Read short stories. Well, the reason is obvious. Short stories are easy to read and they're easy to complete. You can complete a single story in one sitting and they give you an instant gratification which is required for maintaining consistency at an early stage. Step number 4. Reading summary is not cheating. I mostly do it with classics because this is the only way I can understand what author actually want to say. But again, I'm not saying that a summary can replace a whole book. This is not possible. Reading a summary is nowhere near to read a book. All I'm saying that when you are a rookie, you need help. Reading summary beforehand can give an insight of the book, of the narrative, of the plot, so that you can be little patient with the book and do not give up early. And this is bringing me to step number 5, quit often. Quit the book you no longer enjoy, quit the book you no longer understand, because trust me, there are so many books that you can enjoy as well as understand. You just have to be patient to find that book that can hook you to itself. And trust me, it won't take long to find such books. Because books are possibilities, they are present in abundance, but we are mortals, we are going to die someday. So please don't feel guilt when you quit a book you no longer enjoy. You can also set yourself a target, like I am going to read 30 pages before deciding whether to continue it or not. Some books need your time and patience before they start making sense to you. But if you have read like half of the book and still it is not making any sense to you, then please quit it. All I'm saying that sometimes quitting is necessary to build a great lifelong habit. Step number 6. Set reading goals. Set a goal for yourself. Like I'm going to read 10 pages daily or 20 pages daily. Well, the number here doesn't matter. Actually, I think it more depends on the difficulty of the book you are currently reading. And try to be consistent with this goal. Try to find the time for it according to your routine. Well, the bottom line is your goal should be attainable. Step number 7. Move from online articles to real books. Well, here I'm not saying that there is any harm in reading articles or blogs. I am definitely not saying this. In fact, I have my few favorite blogs. They are incredible. I try to closely follow them. But we need to understand that these articles are not extensive. And most of the time we just go through the headlines. And same thing with newspapers. We are just reading them once, without questioning much, without thinking much. We are flooded with so many articles and information in this modern era. It is making us even more distracted and more anxious. This is something called as binge reading disorder. Reading articles and newspaper definitely come in the category of reading, but for something to make an impact on us, it should be extensive and lengthy. And I know we all have our time issues. So try to cut down the time you invest in these articles and focus more on finishing the book. And you will soon start seeing the difference between the two. Step number 8. Write down about your reading experience. Well, this step is totally optional. If you hate writing, don't do it. But if you write about your reading experience or simply pen down, it will give you a sense of achievement. You are reflecting your thoughts on paper. You are not just passively accepting what author has said in the book, rather you are questioning it. And I think this is the whole idea of becoming a rational human being. Also, writing is a way of reliving the moments. You can always come back to your prized possessions and take away the brief ideas. So these are the steps. At the end of the video, all I want to say that it really does not matter whether you are reading a fiction book or a non-fiction book, an English book or a Hindi book, an easy book or a hard book, whether you are buying it or renting it, whether you are reading 10 pages daily or 100 pages daily, whether you are reading in bedtime or in morning, all things are subjective to you. All you need is your willpower and curiosity for life. And while in this process, please don't compare yourself to others. Make your reading journey splendid and experiential, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.